Before time began, there was the cube. We know not where it comes from, only that it holds the power to create worlds and fill them with life. That is how our race was born. For a time we lived in harmony, but like all great power, some wanted it for good, others for evil. And so began the war. A war that ravaged our planet until it was consumed by death. And the cube was lost to the far reaches of space. We scattered across the galaxy, hoping to find it and rebuild our home, searching every star, every world. And just when all hope seemed lost, message of a new discovery drew us to an unknown planet called Earth. But we were already too late.
The first meeting I had with Michael Bay, Michael said, "Scott, I like to shoot things dirty and messy. And can we do that? Can we do that on set?" And I thought, whoa, yes, we can. That's fantastic. So we come to the point in the film where Megatron in jet form is tackling Optimus Prime, and they have to fly through a building. It's so difficult to produce great-looking, randomized, broken pieces of things, especially debris coming out of a building. So our choice here was clear. Let's build as big a miniature as possible. In this case, it was quarter scale, quite large, so large it filled our soundstage. We barely had enough room for what we call the mandrel, which is the shape of the two characters glued together. That's a green color. That races through the building, destroys the center of the building, comes out the other side. All this has to happen at about 45 miles an hour, where they only have about 15 feet to ramp up to speed before they hit the first side of the building. And they got to hit the brakes quickly before it slams into the other side of the soundstage on the other side of the building. When we swivel the camera around and we see them land in the street, well, that's a real background plate in downtown Detroit, I believe. But the hit of the robots, of course, there are no robots. I think a couple of explosions were sent off, but you can't tear the real street up in any downtown location. So this is actually one of my favorite shots regarding the use of a simulation to make the asphalt look like it's being torn up by these big, heavy robots hitting the street. I mean, it was months before we could get to a point where we could make this look pretty real, and it's fabulous because you can have a moving camera and still have the street look realistically torn up and all the pieces flying. Fabulous work.
I had to shoot in Los Angeles. Now, Los Angeles, they'd give us 4 blocks one Saturday, they'd give us 3 blocks this Sunday, they'd give us those other 4 next a weekend from there, and then we shot at Universal Backlot, and then I shot in Detroit, and I had to all make it feel like it's one place. So you had to keep the scene in your head. I mean, you just had to wrap your head around it.
Downtown LA is a venue for this kind of action stuff.
We'll go on 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Blow up.
Go hot, please. Going hot. Here we go.
Guys, he's right up by this building right here.
Ready, and he's right on top of you, moving around. Ready, 3, 2, 1, action.
Piece of crap.
Ready, and roll camera.
Rolling. Hey, legs, fire in the hole.
Let's go, guys. Don't move too soon. Ready, and 3, 2, 1, and action.
Not yet.
Up.
Mine.
Hey, can you take that light right down there and light that mortise thing up there?
The toughest bit was flying the helicopters under the bridges. for lots of reasons, not least of which is the homeland security thing. If you fly helicopters under 500 feet, then the FAA makes you jump through a lot of hoops because of the, the potential for crashing into neighbors.
What are you doing?
We're getting pissed on for the next 3 days.
You know, the helicopter's flying low, kick up all the water from the LA River. Nobody knows exactly where that water is coming from.
See all this water right here on the floor? It's all man piss, okay? And what happens is a science thing. When you put helicopters over a puddle of man piss gets all over your man body. Please stop!
So we all had goggles and face masks on, so you don't breathe it or taste it.
Just piss all on my face, all my features, piss on my arms, piss all over my own piss. It's just nasty.
Right, Deaver? Oh, yeah. It's been a location-heavy movie. It's been a great challenge, and it's funny how, the rose-tinted glasses effect applies. I remember I've been on other shows where I finished, I thought, God, thank God that's over. But as time goes by, you sort of somehow mentally edit out the bad bits, and you remember the times when there were bombers flying over your head, or just being out in the sand dunes late in the afternoon in the beautiful sort of evening light.
Is like 14 inches wide, and they totally cheated the whole thing in Photoshop. This giant thing coming at you, that looks like it could lift up a bus, is like this big. We're like, what? So we basically made this appliance that goes over the existing one that more replicates the version of the machine that we had been reacting to. Originally, the police car was an Autobot. It seems like, to keep with our theme of all the Decepticons seem to take on the disguises of authoritarian vehicles, military jet, tank, a police car. It seemed like a good change. So barricades in there as a police car.
Slide the headlight forward and then bring the other arm over. Overtake the headlight. So the idea being to start the light a little.
Barricade is a really fun character. He's wicked mean.
Okay, all right. Okay, stop. I'm sorry. Oh, God. Okay, all right. Okay, look. Stop. One of the first thoughts we had, of course, was to include Soundwave in the Decepticons. And as in our first draft, we actually did have Soundwave. We started to realize that we were not really servicing that character in a way that was going to make us or fans happy. And so we said, rather than doing it wrong, let's actually create a character who is a distant cousin of Soundwave's. And that's how Frenzy was born.
Frenzy is a boombox that transforms in this wicked little 3-foot-tall, vicious-looking robot. This is something that I invented.
We did an animated Frenzy. We wanted to see, did facial studies on how his eye stalks moved and how his mouth moved and how his mask came out of this little boom box, so we did some exploration with that.
We started with the computer design puppet, and we had to go back and retrofit and make those things that look mechanical in design actually be mechanical, and take it apart and kind of work backwards.
What they'll do with the full-size mechanical version of this is that when you bring it into the set under the lighting conditions, it's also going to help out with the CGI guys so they can see how an actual real item would react in that environment.
1, 2, 3.
Mostly it's something to interact with the actors because they would have to be fighting against nothing.
Quick. You gotta learn quick.
It's from the Robot Spring Collection. It's real nice. It's a new scarf. DreamWorks bought me. I just put it on when I get cold outside. That's all that this is.
There's more where that came from.
Megatron was represented as a pistol, a very realistic-looking pistol that in Japan actually shot little pellets. That mechanism didn't work in the U.S., but That worked well for a villain in the 80s.
For us, we didn't want anyone shrinking, particularly the bad guy. We realized that for him to do that would be the equivalent of Darth Vader turning into his own lightsaber and having someone else swing him around.
It's a movie. You have to update. To keep it in the 80s, that'd be great for the 25 of you on the internet. You know, but for the world, it's like, you cannot have Megatron as a gun.
Join them in extinction!
Megatron transforms into kind of an alien plane.
Because he's the most arrogant and vain of the whole thing, and because he doesn't have to really hide. He's one of the only Decepticons who actually goes from his protoform right into his alien jet protoform.
What came up was just designing this kind of alien craft, which would hearken to what is happening on Cybertron. So this was a way to show how truly foreign these guys are.
Try to put the audience inside the action. And the closer we get to it, and the more movies we've done together, the more that we capture that for the audience.
Told Shia, you know, you better get in shape for this.
I was at 130 when I got the role, and it wasn't like I pulled a Christian Bale and completely transformed, but I put on 25 pounds of muscle and then slimmed down throughout the filming. So it's not reassuring that they put bulletproof safety on the camera when you're going to be right in front of you. And right there also, you see? Make sure they protect the cameras, but actors, expendable.
We had this scene where he's facing off against Megatron.
Is it fear or courage that compels you, fleshling?
The producer, Ian Bryce, he knows how I like physical stuff, and he says, so we're gonna do that blue screen, right? I said, no, we're doing that real. He's, really? Really? I said, yeah, we're gonna put him out there.
They can build Optimus Prime, they can blow up the Pentagon, they can't find a way to keep Shia off the ledge. Right, Michael Bay? All right, ready?
Yeah, well, just relocate.
I gotta tell you, it's scary going out there, because you literally have no safety net, and you just have these silly wires hanging on your hip. And mind you, I would never do this myself, ever, okay?
Oh, you're locked in. You can't fall. See that? You're bolted to a steel I-beam with another pole. What I could is I could fall and scrape off the side, and then you'd have to pull me up. That could happen. I'm not going to die, obviously, but I could scrape. You know, this is fear factor. That's all it is. It's fear factor. That's fear factor. It's like, this is like people don't die on fear factor. This is another episode of fear factor. They do more hairier stuff with fear factor than this. You're right. All right, let's do it. Oh, mother... Got it?
Kenny, bring him around this way, too. Come way out, towards us, the other way. Towards us. Get the crane. Ready, roll camera. Ready, and action shot. Wide movements. You're never gonna get it! You're never gonna get this Osborne, you know that!
I'm never gonna give you the old spark. I feel like a fruitcake saying that, Mike. It's a line. Now you can see the robot in the side. Get the robot in the background. Oh, whoa. No. Okay. Mike!
Yeah?
Are these just close-ups?
No, they're wide. We see your face. We see your face, and we're showing that it's you, and we're showing that it's not a platform. Because if it's just close-ups, we can do that anywhere. That's lame.
Whoa. No. Okay. Oh! I'm done, Mike. My voice is gone.
Shia's good. He's a good kid.
Got a lot of heart.
You gonna back up? 90% of the actors in this business could not do what we did on this film. They just wouldn't do it. You know? There's action stars who don't get up on the roof and do what we do. Oh, no.
Giant robots.
Earth, birthplace of the human race. A species much like our own, capable of great compassion and great violence. For in our quest to protect the humans, a deeper revelation dawns. Our worlds have met before.
We're finishing so big. It's just an enormous, enormous place. The pyramid's 186 meters to the top of the pyramid that's behind me. And you can't get the scale that it's that big until you're standing right next to it. So again, Michael is delivering largesse. It's enormous production value in this. And what's going to come up next, down at Karnak and in Petra and even in the Wadi Rum desert, if you had the pleasure of seeing Lawrence of Arabia, we're going to the same desert where they shot Lawrence of Arabia, and I can't wait. It's everything we're doing, we're closing really, really big. Not sure what the reason was, but on our first day here, we sat and we waited for the permit, which we all thought we had until the day before shooting. And that morning when I woke up, it's like, well, we don't have a permit, so we'll have to stay by the trucks. And that's hard to do.
We were supposed to film the first day, and it became a bureaucratic, everything just got entangled with different areas of the government. So we literally lost a full day of shooting. We couldn't film.
Ian is like, screw it, we're out of here, we're loading up our plane, and we're flying to Jordan. And that's when I'm like, we are not leaving this country until I shoot those pyramids. I am shooting on those pyramids, come hell or high water, we are shooting there. And somehow, 15 minutes later, we found a loophole that Dr. Hawass is in charge of all the antiquities, which means he controls all the land where Egyptian antiquities are. That's his domain. And so we were allowed to shoot on the pyramids. It was a magical place to shoot, just amazing.
Our director, Michael Bay, likes to shoot in a chaotic situation. We call it Bayos. I've never seen a director shoot so many setups in a day as quickly as he does, and they're complicated.
In our first 3 days of filming, we got 150 setups in 3 days.
In a given sequence, every angle might be 3 different locations in completely different cities or locations. Alamogordo, New Mexico, White Sands, intercut with Egypt at Luxor and Cairo, and shots of Jordan, and it's all mix and match. We also shot on IMAX. That was a new difficulty for us.
In a lot of the shots in the forest fight, when Optimus is full body on an IMAX screen, he's basically 1-to-1 scale.
The forest fight was a 3-way battle against Optimus. We had to create a lot of CG, little bits and pieces that would be stuck to the robot. You know, I wanted the audience to feel like this was a huge, heavy mechanical device that was really breaking and losing bits and pieces inside, plus all the liquids that go along with it. Devastator, our largest guy, the guy that tears the pyramid apart, took 72 hours of frame to render. and he's composed of 6 to 8 gigantic earth-moving vehicles.
First, we needed to build all the vehicles he was constructed out of, all the individual robots that those vehicles transformed into. And then from all those parts, we started to assemble this massive robot, Devastator.
One thing that was kind of funny that happened is, you know, when we showed Michael Bay the final model of Devastator, he was not happy with the level of detail, and we were already dealing with the biggest model that we had on the show or any of the Transformers movies at that point, and we had to go back and almost doubled the model in terms of complexity.
The military hardware he was able to wrangle on set was, you'd show up on set and suddenly there'd be 3 tanks and 2 Bradley fighting vehicles, and we were going to have a flyover from B-1 bombers, F-22s flying over the set that day. F-16s were going to do flyovers and drop flares on us. You know, we had 8 cameras pointing at it, and Bay made it look sexy as hell on film, and it was a lot of fun.
The aircraft carrier sequence was a very, very difficult sequence all by itself. We basically hired a whole team of people that just worked on that sequence alone. And it involved every discipline that we know. Gigantic quarter-scale burning fire miniatures and explosions, and debris pieces, that shrapnel and that sort of thing that are composited in. There are thousands of pieces put into the aircraft carrier demolition section. That regard. Little people, we created people, we shot ILM people tumbling and falling, we have simulations, we had to litter the deck with all the airplanes and different things that would be parked on the deck that could no longer be there because now it's all CG. So you have to replicate everything that would be in the real world just so you can tear it all to pieces. Everything about Transformers is big, huge. It was difficult. The shots were lengthy, the assets were large, they were so big we used up more memory and space at ILM than any other film in the history of the company. And at the same time, the crew had a lot of fun because they loved the work they were doing.
We were once a peaceful race of intelligent mechanical beings. But then came the war between the Autobots who fought for freedom and the Decepticons who dreamt of tyranny. Overmatched and outnumbered, our defeat was all but certain. But in the war's final days, one Autobot ship escaped the battle. It was carrying a secret cargo, which would have changed our planet's fate. A desperate mission. Our final hope. Vanished.
Right now, Mark Steinis takes you to the most explosive movie exclusive of the year for our Entertainment Tonight October event.
So how do you follow up one of the most successful film franchises of all time? I'll tell you how. You take the Transformers 3 battle to the streets of Russia, Washington, Los Angeles, China, and yes, right here in Chicago.
Sunrise, beauty, tranquility, not for long.
And action, guys.
This is the best Transformers movie we've made.
Shia LaBeouf, Josh Duhamel, Tyrese Gibson, new leading lady Rosie Huntington-Whiteley, Patrick Dempsey, and director Michael Bay together for Transformers: Dark of the Moon.
It is crazy. It is crazy.
Shia has once again transformed himself into Sam Witwicky, and to stage an epic battle, director Michael Bay has transformed Chicago's famed Michigan Avenue into a magnificent mile of rubble. Samantha and I double-teamed the stars.
It's Michael Shea.
Oh, Shea!
There he is! Oh, my God! We are in the middle of the action!
Action, sure, but Shia also promises an emotional love story far different than Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen.
I think what we were lacking in the second movie was heart. But I think with the addition of Rosie and new characters, you still have the magic of the first film, but you have the depth and the ending of the third.
Where is Sam coming from in this relationship?
Sam's coming out of heartbreak, and he's looking for a rock. He's looking for stability.
Sure.
He's looking for a person who doesn't love him because of his involvement in the wars or because of his involvement with the robots. Somebody that loves him for him, the depths of Sam. Aside from his involvement in the awesomeness that is this, right?
Sure.
And so he's looking to define himself and find a person who understands the definition and loves him for him. And he finds it in Rosie. Rosie's character, Carly.
Looked over and I'm like, wow, what's up?
It's epic. I mean, this is the biggest movie I've ever been on in my life.
This is,
and I'm having so much fun.
You got the band back together.
Yes.
Did you ever think
We got the band back together, bro!
Yeah.
Wow, if you think that was explosive...
You ain't seen nothing yet.
More from Transformers: Dark of the Moon, the Entertainment Tonight October event, in just minutes.
Now, back to Chicago for Transformers: Dark of the Moon, the Entertainment Tonight October event.
Transformers 3 has brought to the city of Chicago more than 200 jobs and $20 million, all thanks to this epic shoot.
Right, they also brought some Ferraris, a few NASCARs.
And an angel.
A real action girl. I love to be physical. I'm accumulating bruises, scratches, strains, sprains by the minute.
A leading lady who spars with her trainer between takes, the same woman who wears the wings of Victoria's Secret, who appears on countless covers and is an icon for Burberry, that is Rosie Huntington-Whiteley.
That's it.
In Transformers: Dark of the Moon, Shia is a decorated national hero. Rosie is his live-in love.
Did he chase you? Did you pursue him?
I think he chased me.
He went after you.
But as Sam, Shia may have more to worry about than Decepticons. Patrick Dempsey is moonlighting, and that creates the Transformers love triangle.
I work with Patrick. It's called Dylan. He's my boss. And, you know, they have a little energy going between them, a little vibe.
From what I saw, Patrick is in the thick of the action.
I can tell you a little blood, a little beaten up.
I had a rough morning. It's been a little rough. Mine's a tendency to get a little rough with me.
And he might get a little McDreamy with Rosie.
There's a little something going on. I knew there had to be. I knew there had to be.
Yeah.
Director Michael Bay knew Rosie was right when he called the shots on a Victoria's Secret spot. When Rosie auditioned for this action epic, he made sure Steven Spielberg, an executive on Transformers, saw it.
He said, wow, she's got some raw talent here, and she's brand new.
And the Entertainment Tonight Transformers 3 October event isn't over yet. Don't move or you'll miss $1 million moment.
Michael Bay is blowing up downtown Chicago in style.
We are here, shot by shot, scene by scene. Strap yourself in and get ready for more Transformers: Dark of the Moon Entertainment Tonight October event.
We're dealing with the bombs.
In just seconds, 7 major explosions all up and down Michigan Avenue.
Okay, I may have gotten a little too close to the Transformers action, but you see these cars? You see this cable? Watch them flip.
Helicopters overhead, mass destruction everywhere. How do you add even more excitement to all of this? How about a team of precision skydivers flying in?
Wow, that's amazing.
Awesome. Spoiler alert, in Transformers: Dark of the Moon, 2 of those Birdmen will be Tyrese and Josh.
So technically, flying through the air in the film, that will be you guys.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
I love it. I love it.
We're brave.
You're so, but you know what? We can't hurt the pretty faces.
Those pretty faces will be in 3D. Let me tell you, Michael's pushing the envelope with the technology.
The Avatar was mostly blue screen. It was
right.
Controlled environment. You know, this is like, it's a rough That's a battle act. You know, that thing is gigantic.
It's huge. On this day of shooting, the biggest bang will be an explosion ripping through Michigan Avenue, which sends vehicles into the air. Mod fans of Bumblebee, relax. Shia's classic Camaro isn't touched.
All right, well, this just in, we've just been handed earplugs. I think this is an indication of what we have to prepare ourselves for.
Yep, it's about to go down.
Oh, I can see the smoke and fire. Whoa!
Michael safely gets his shot, and he tells me it's plot, not pyrotechnics, that sets this Transformers apart.
The story, I think, is really rich in characters. It's fun, and this is kind of a good old-fashioned kind of espionage Transformer.
We could sell tickets all along the river. Yeah. People want to come down and see this.
I just told Mayor Daley that I'm sorry about messing up the city.
Michael jokes, but the creative team behind this third Transformers does feel the pressure.
It's the hard thing. You don't want to be stale, and you don't want to just feel like doing the same thing. We've got a great climax in this movie that'll hopefully top the first two.
I just think it's a stronger movie, and I think we've learned from our mistakes. There's more storylines, there's more to play with, there's more to chew on.
So Michael Bay watched 60 Minutes one night, and he saw Julian and I flying around mountains in Norway. He called Spielberg and was like, I gotta have wingsuits in Transformers 3.
Michael took that idea, though, and of course, made it bigger.
Ready? Here we go.
These are actual people flying wingsuits in a downtown city environment, which has never been done before. So it's a lot about geography. You know, we're coming around the Willis buildings, and then we're going to turn around 311 Wacker, and then we're going to go out here, and then we're going to land, and we only have this area. So for them, it's really nerve-wracking.
Yeah, we do tons of flying. We fly mountains, though. This is like nothing else. This was pretty advanced skill level stuff for us. Skipping breakfast, going straight to launch.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for them to be able to go jump off the Sears Tower in Chicago.
When people see it, I think there's going to be a natural tendency to believe that it's fake, and in fact it's not. It was all done real. And it looks fantastic in 3D.
We have 5 cameras rolling at any time on the stuff. 3 ground cameras all over, typically on the tops of buildings. An aerial stabilized camera. And also a stereoscopic head-mounted camera that Julian Bull is wearing. He really jumps out with his guys, and he's right on their tails.
We shut down Michigan Avenue, jumping off the Trump Towers. If you can think of anything imaginable to break all the rules, that pretty much did it. I think Michael Bay's movies are rad because when you see stuff and you say, holy cow, well, that did just happen. Somebody, like me, just went out there and did something rad for a camera. All because he wants it to be real.
Great job, baby.
Thanks, man.
Hey guys, that's it for the base jumpers.
What he hit, a baby carriage or something, or a car? Went over something, a motorcycle or something. It's not supposed to happen.
Mark Wahlberg is one tough guy, and in Transformers 4, he's not only battling 30-foot robots, but he's also taking on a teenage daughter.
I'm definitely in the right frame of mind for playing a part like this. You know, I've got a 10-year-old daughter who's now got pictures of One Direction on her wall.
With 4 kids at home, Mark's had plenty of practice with daddy duty. But since his oldest is only 10, he gets to try those rebellious teen years in Age of Extinction on 18-year-old Nicola Peltz.
So we have a very strict no dating household. And I find out amidst all this chaos that she's been lying to me for quite some time and that she has a boyfriend.
And what happens when you meet the boyfriend?
No, I don't like the boyfriend. We're going to have to go on the run with my daughter and the boyfriend, which is very awkward.
Of course, having Mark play the fatherly figure is a long way off from his days in Boogie Nights and Calvin Klein.
I'm accepting the fact that I'm getting older now and transitioning into playing older characters. And you know what? A lot of people don't get to do it as long as I've been doing it and at this level, so it's really cool.
Plus, now he gets to show off his cool factor by bringing his own kids on set for a cameo.
And how were they? You were directing them, weren't you?
I was, and they were getting annoyed with me. But you know, you're shooting a big movie like this, you don't have that much time to play around, no matter who it is. You got to get it right quickly. And so I was on them a little bit, but they did a good job.
What's going to happen in the film?
Something completely different and interesting from the last three. It really is its own standalone.
Oh, one more thing, Dinobots. What are those?
I can't talk about that.
I heard it all over the internet. What's Dinobot?
It's on a lot of people's bucket list, but I haven't seen it.
So it's true then?
No, I don't know. No, not that I know.
It's not true.
I don't know. I'm only concerned with the human element of it.
Tomorrow, get ready to meet the young star transforming the face of the franchise.
The running and the explosions, and you get your adrenaline up, and it's so much fun.
Good. Go again.
Yes, sir. We gotta go to the camera.
It's tiny inflection.
Right?
What words you
And action.
Daddy, get in the car.
What?
Go. Come on, baby, get in the car. Let's go. Come on, get it.
You want me to go in? Like around and in?
Yeah, so you gotta run like you're running right here, dot and like getting out. You know what I mean? Ducking your head after you get down, all right?
It is just a big.
Look him in the eye and then
Brad, go 32 and 2/3.
Yeah, that's funny.
A nice little exchange with sort of the dueling smiles.
Yeah, and I like the little smile.
Rolling.
Roll.
Two handle.
And start dialing. Go again. Whatever.
Sorry.
Action.
不要这样，跑，恐惧，好，好的，咱们的。
Can I see? Can I see?
Look at this. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Right there's Jack. Cool, Jack. Were you yelling? Were you yelling, Jack?
I was yelling, dude.
my money, $150 on the ugliest truck I've ever seen.
As an advance on your regular paycheck.
Regular paycheck?
Yes, which you will get back.
When?
Never. We're broke. I knew it. Hey, sweetie, could you please stop driving a wedge between employer and employee?
Little mind that I have no sympathy for little things. Tell the president this is not an attack.
Trust your dad.
See, Mark.
Copy.
Good. One more time. Just give me.
Product test.
And point to.
Stanley? Stanley, you totally changed.
He's been.
Alright, we're rolling.
Speed. Guys, stop the crew walking through. Ready. Look at right here. Right here. Ready? And 3, 2, 1, action.
Stay on the left, right side if you can.
Okay? Yeah. So it's pretty cool. You gotta imagine what's behind you. You know?
So you like the left hook up high, and then 1, 2. Yes.
Very nice.
There we go.
Someone's running across very fast. Tell them something. Oh, there they go. And there's Waldberg walking across the street. See them? They're carrying weapons. They're right next to the tank. The bumblebees behind them. That was a long shot. You should run the real pants. You don't really want to be in that movie. That 30-second shot cost $4.5 million.
We wanted the Chinese elements of the movie to be authentic and real. So we shot in 4 cities in China.
It's my first time in Hong Kong. Hopefully I'll get to come back.
This is Hong Kong style, which actually reminds me of film school. It's pretty fun.
There's no city in the world like Hong Kong. Michael was able to turn the camera 360 and get a great shot no matter what angle you shot.
I'm liking it. It's a crazy city.
The American crew are so used to lock down the whole street, which is an impossible thing to do in Hong Kong.
Transformer has great fan base, especially in China.
There are tons of fans here.
We're in a lot of trouble. Oh my God!
We go on to Beijing.
The Great Wall is really one of the wonders of the world.
It took over 1,000 years to build.
These movies are all about bringing the most amazing places on Earth to the screen.
This is Wulong Park.
The size and scope of it is just like, whoa. It's pretty overwhelming. It's definitely inspired me to want to come back.
That was insane! It was awesome, but it was insane!
Transformers, a Michael Bay film.
A new era has begun.
The new movie has new cars, new robots.
I continue to be in awe of all those beautiful cars. Everything that I see looks absolutely amazing.
I think we just found a transformer.
One of the things that we always do is give the vehicles a facelift. On this movie, Optimus got a complete overhaul. So he's a brand new vehicle altogether this time.
Everything you're seeing, from the hood to the grille to the bumper, is all custom and makes it a very mean, but also very recognizable character.
Bumblebee is also redesigned.
We took a Chevrolet Camaro Super Sport. We took the whole front end off of it. We cut the whole back end off of it. The rear end is much wider and much more aggressive. And then the hood, the roof, and the back all get stripes. And the whole vehicle in general is a lot more aggressive from a styling standpoint.
But then all the cars like the Bugatti and the Pagani, I mean, they're really amazing, beautiful works of art.
This is $2 million. We have a green Chevrolet Corvette Stingray.
I like the new Lamborghini.
Oh, that's a good shot.
It looks like a shark, and it's just crazy.
Our cars are characters. They are the Autobots.
You really believe that they're going to transform in front of your eyes.
It's just mind-blowing.
Una película de Michael Bay.